Welcome in everybody to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start this show by being transparent. And yesterday was absolutely abysmal. Like I didn't win one bet, and I ended up adding some late bets too, and none of them were winners. So hardest, like I always say, hardest thing to do is come on a show after you've had a day like yesterday when you didn't win any bets and be transparent and tell everybody how you did. So Miami +2 loser, Lakers team total over loser, Mavs loser, Nuggets team total under loser, Pacers loser, Bulls Sixers over loser. So didn't enjoy that, not at all. Got to do better today. So we got 4 games to choose from. As always, we'll try to talk it out together. But before we do, let's get to the comment section and see how everybody's doing today. Bryce said thumbnail up early today. Ski ready to go. Yeah, I fell asleep early, so I woke up early and was up capping these games because I had a lot of stuff to do this morning as well. Justin, appreciate you tuning in. What up, Jeff? Miss Tiffany said, well, if it isn't Mr. Ski, you dodging me on Twitter, huh? Had to come on your YouTube channel. No, I'm not dodging you. I fell asleep last night early. I didn't even get to see the end of the Laker game. And I haven't had a chance to get to Twitter so far this morning. That's all. But I did see your Knicks took care of business. So shout out to you and your Knicks for handling that last night. What up, Avery? Oh, and reminder for myself. I just said how I did yesterday, but we gave a lot of best bets for the show in general. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people shared. Yesterday was one of the rare days where more losers than winners. So for chat best bets yesterday, I counted, and some of them I couldn't count. I'm gonna say this too. If you drop your best bets at the end of the show, please try to put like a number, especially when you're doing a prop. And for people who bet like first quarter props, it's very hard for me to go back and grade that after the show. So if we could, fix that, or that would help me out quite a bit. So 12 and 18 is what I counted. I will shout out some of the people who had the winners. And Bryce, this was a popular play yesterday, but Bryce had PG over his points. So did okay. Watch this. Jay Gill had PG points, rebounds, and assists. I'm not sure if that cashed or not because I don't know what the number was. But I know PG's points was 23 and a half. So nice for Bryce. And okay, watch this. Dan cashed with his Heat first quarter. I wish I would have just bet the first quarter, first half because they tricked it off second half of the game. Let's take another look. Daniel had first quarter OKC. That was a winner. And if you split, I'm not going to shout it out just because it wasn't a winning day. Chef Jeff Maxi over 2.5 3-pointers made. I believe he had 5, so that was a good look there. Sam Comer like the Nuggets on the first quarter -2.5. That was a winner. Robert Franklin provided 2 winners with Dort over 10.5 points and back to the well with Kobe White over 21.5. Nice work there. And I think that's Avery. He shared the Raptors -11.5 and Knicks +4. So good work there as well. So on the winners, nice job overall between the chat and myself. We need a bounce back effort here today. So let's get to a couple more comments before we do get involved for today's games. Dylan says Lakers back on that ban list. Yeah, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Not liking what I'm seeing at all. What up, Munoz? Luis Martinez. Tiffany on me. Said, sorry for y'all who listen to Ski and took the Lakers. My Knicks were the real deal last night. Hey, I gotta tip my cat, man. Y'all handle business. Let's see if we can get a couple more. No, I wasn't dodging you though, Tiff. I'm not gonna dodge. I always show my face afterwards. I just was literally sleeping. Justin said I'm definitely ducking the smoke. Says the comeback is greater than the setback. Let's get it back today, Ski. Absolutely. I've I started off the year on fire this year, and I've had a really, really cold streak since. But even still, 2 previous years, I started off a lot worse than where I am right now, and I ended up winning a good amount of money. So still know that we can get after it. Still a lot of time left. Rich homie, absolutely. That's what part of what I had to do this morning. Go get a haircut. So yeah, not dodging anybody on Twitter. Just had to do some capping and go run some errands, etc., etc. I got you, Tiffany. I got to listen to you with them Knicks. And Dante says I need it back in blood. So let's get it. Let's get after it. 4 games in the NBA today, and I didn't make any plays. I want to talk them out with you guys, and especially after yesterday. I don't want to get too involved too early because I want to make better decisions. So first game up, we have 523, 524. That will be Memphis heading into New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. Opened up Pellies -6. It did get up as high as -8 or maybe even 8.5. Now it's back down to 7. Total open 232 and a half, and we're looking at 228 and a half. So let's take a look at the injury report here, see why we might have that drop. For Memphis, beyond both game time, Luke Kennard is doubtful. They'll be without Brandon Clark, Derrick Rose, and Marcus Smart. For the Pelicans, Najee Marshall's game time decision, Zion game time decision as well. They'll be without Larry Nance Jr. and Matt Ryan. This is the game where John Morant is finally available to return after his 25-game suspension, and the Grizzlies absolutely need it. Sorry about that. I'm still getting over being sick, so y'all can bear with me on that. But John Morant finally back in the lineup. This Grizzlies team desperately needs him. They are 6-19 so far in the season. They failed to cover their last. Oh my bad. Yeah, I got the banner messed up. Is this from yesterday? I must have. Yeah, that's my bad. There we go. I got it right here. Click the one from maybe a previous day or something like that. But appreciate you, RC, for calling me out on that. He says bring out the Fiji. But John Morant, first game back. I think he's gonna give him a boost. And I'm disappointed in myself for not getting to the window with OKC um yesterday because I thought that the Grizzlies might take that game a little bit lighter and really care to bring the effort and energy in John Morant's first game today. So you have a Grizzlies team who hasn't covered their last five. You have a Pelicans team who is 12-5 ATS their last 17. They've covered 8 in a row at the house, 5-2 as home favorites so far this year. All the recent stats that I care about are going to say bet the Pelicans. But is it just going to be that easy? I think I think job back is really going to make a difference. I mean, he could be on a minutes limit. I haven't seen anything saying he will be, but I think obviously he makes them better. But everybody's gonna, have that. I don't know how to say it, but they're gonna have a good energy and good, they're gonna feel good about this game and getting their leader back. So I lean more towards the Pelicans for as good as towards the Grizzlies for as good as the Pelicans have been playing lately. I just think if I have to bet on which side gets the effort, it's the Memphis side for me. So lean Grizzlies, haven't betted yet, and I would like to think in Josh return you get a little bit more points than that. So disagree with the total coming down, but again, I didn't bet it just yet. Let's take a look at what you guys like in the chat. See if we can talk this out. Let me get a little bit of that good old water too, because I definitely need it. Definitely need it after putting up the wrong banners to start the show. Munaf making me laugh here says, Tiffany said, report to the stage, Ski. Absolutely. Let's see. What up, you capper? Let me see. Let me see. We got anything for this game? Brian says Pelicans giving up 6.1 assists to the point guards the last couple weeks. Maybe look at that from Morant, his assists instead of points. I would want to see him a little bit in his first game before just betting on his props. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. Dante thinks either first quarter or first half, says the energy will be there. I agree with that. UCAP also leaning towards the Grizzlies here, especially if Zion sits. And let's see what's up with Zion. Game time decision, but what is it? Due to an illness. So we probably won't know right up until the game. This is, you know, what was it? Number one, number two draft picks back when they got drafted. He should get up for this game. If Zion had any kind of dog in him, he should get up for this game. Saturated because missed the start. Do we have intervention? No Lakers for a month. And not liking what I've seen from them. Avery says sell high on the Pelicans at home, buy low on the Grizzlies. They're gonna have. I'm not sure what he's saying. They're gonna have a boast with 12 back. No play for me though. I think he's saying they're gonna have a blast with 12 back. I think that's what he's saying there. What up, Jay Gill? UCapper says Pelicans 4-1 to the over when Zion is out. Their offense is actually more efficient. That is interesting. Josh said hurt, or Justin said hurt somewhere today. There's no minutes restriction for Ja. I can't believe that he's off of this game. Yeah, I mean, I can't help but think first game back after so many games missing, probably not going to play too much tonight. Still be out there. Luis says if Zion is in, Pelicans are the consensus. Bitsy says I'm on the bougie water again. Manny says it's weird that the number went up to 8, then back down. Yeah, I would think it's injury news. Like, was Zion on it? I think it's Zion. Zion wasn't on the injury report when I printed my sheet out this morning. Like, he wasn't listed, and then now he's listed. But that's probably why it got bumped up. So why did it come back down? Maybe because Marcus Smart was game time and got rolled out. That's the one thing I can think of as far as these numbers moving, but it is a little bit weird to me as well. Munoz says Pels or no bet. Not buying Ja in this first game. It says Pels have been solid at home. I agree they could they straight at home. And he also says Morant might be rusty. Wants to see him for a couple games before he starts betting on the Grizz. I can understand that. I hear y'all keep saying energy for the Grizz. He says their team total might be the play. Yeah, I kind of need to see it a little bit first. Pelicans defense has been solid. I don't necessarily want to just come in here and fade Pels defense. Sean Evans like CJ over 19 and a half points. Don't have a reason to talk you off or to like it. Luis says he saw somewhere that Memphis is top 10 in defensive rating and Pelicans 12. Is that correct? I usually look at last 5 game stats versus season long stats, but I can check for you. Defensive rating number 10 is the Pelicans. Number 11 is the Grizzlies. So that will be correct. UCapper says Bang going to be back on his threes now that Jock can create for him. That's a good point. Pelicans are top 5 defending the three, but looking at Desmond Bain in that regard in the near future, I can agree with. Says Pelicans 8-2 against the spread in the first half at home over the last 10 games, 19-8 in the first half overall in the season, which is the best on the season. So says don't want to fade the Pelicans early. Benjamin thinks we'll get a lot of Morant turnovers tonight, plus over 3.5 turnovers. I can see that too with him being rusty. So I guess at this point, I agree with this. Is Grizzlies plus the points are passed for me, just because of I think it's an emotional game for the Grizzlies side, but I haven't bet it just yet. Raul likes, and I got to think about it again. Triple J. I don't see the Heat playing today. Talking about Jaren Jackson Jr., not Hawkins Jr. It says his totals over as well. So we'll think about this one a little more. We'll keep going down the list. And next game will be 525, 526. San Antonio Spurs and Milwaukee Bucks. Game, make sure I put the right banner. Game opened up Bucks minus 13 and a half. We now see 16 and a half point favorites for the Bucks. Total open 248 and consensus of 249. Injury report. For the Spurs, I see Wemby will miss this game. For the Bucks, Beasley is game time decision, but likely to play, and Crowder will be out. Um, Spurs have went over 4 of their last 5 games. Bucks have went over 8 of their last 9 games. These teams have went over 8 of their last 11 meetings. Looking at how these teams have been playing lately, both top 10 in pace. Spurs offense has been lacking, but Milwaukee's number 2 offensive rated team, and Spurs second worst defending the three on the season. Bucks top 5 shooting it. So I mean, obviously I trust the Bucks to score in this game. It's just a matter of if we can trust the Spurs to return serve, and it does make me a little bit nervous. I trust the Spurs more so at home, but the only way for me to play this one would be up and over. I just really could see I see this Bucks team naming their number. So maybe a Bucks team total. But again, let me look at what this number is. 133.5. It just starts to get a little bit too high to where I don't feel comfortable betting it. Over on this game is the only way I would look. Let's see if we can talk something out in the chat. Devin Vassell. Today might be a props day. Haven't been on too many props, but I think props might be a little bit better today than sides. Justin likes Vassell over 19.5 points. If the over is going to hit, Vassell would probably need a 20 piece there for the Spurs side. So not mad at that. UCapper says if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What you talking about with that one? Manny does like that over. Dan also likes this game over, says nobody's going to play D. It's going to be a 3-point shootout for Dame. Maybe Dame on his 3-point prop there. Tomorrow says Giannis over 0.5 game balls. Brian likes the Spurs on their team total. So you trust the Spurs to score. I don't know why you would eliminate the Bucks side of the scoring here. That's my only question mark is the Spurs. So to see Brian liking that, that is definitely interesting for me there. Luis liking Vassell or Malachi points over. Dante likes the Bucks team total. Says no win, be no rim protection. Giannis should continue to roll. He also liking that team total look. Dylan liking that Vassell over and leans over in the game. Munaf says he won't be surprised if the Bucks drop 140, but are you willing to bet it? That's what the question is. Are you willing to bet that they'll drop 140? I mean, it's not impossible. Just don't know if I want to put my money there. Jay Gill says team total over is a good look. UCapper says Portis points and rebounds when the Bucks are double-digit favorites because if there's a blowout, he's going to get minutes. Regardless, he's going to get minutes in this game. I think that's solid thought process, solid point there. Munaf says they will name their number, but love Dame over 3.5 3-pointers made, Vassell over 19.5 points, and Brandon over 11.5 points. I think those are 3 solid props. Manny says he thinks the over as well. Says Bucks are going to blow them out. So San Antonio will have some throwaway points so you can see the full game over hitting. Thinks the Bucks will stop caring about defense after a while. Mino says he already bet the Bucks team total trifecta. So I'm not scared of that high number. Neither is Jay Gill. Only way for me to bet it is the over. Got to think about it a little bit here, though. Jeff Knight says Giannis rebounds. There's nobody in the middle for the Spurs. That does also sound like a good look there. And S. Warrior, they absolutely let us down, man. Absolutely let us down. All right, 2 more games. Let's see if we can find anything better in these last 2. 527, 528. We're looking at the Boston Celtics heading into Golden State to take on the Warriors. Opened up Celtics -5. They are a 5.5 point favorite as consensus. Total open 231.5. We're looking at 234.5. And injury report for the Celtics. Porzingis is game time decision here. But he's likely. Oh no, he's true game time. True game time. I feel like when I looked earlier, he was likely, but now I see just toss up. Cornette is out for this Warriors team. Chris Paul game time decision. They continue to be without Draymond and Gary Payton second. My thought process on this game is Celtics have picked it up lately. They've covered 4 of their last 5 games. On the season, they haven't been great as a road favorite. I have them as 2-7-2. Warriors as a home dog, 0-1-1 versus competition that being greater than 55% win teams, 4-7-1, and they've only covered 2 of their last 6 games. We've seen them make some changes to their starting lineup. Kerr getting a little bit fed up, but I mean he has to with Draymond out for one. But getting a little bit fed up with Wiggins, I think there. So Pods, seeing him in the starting lineup along with Kaminga out there, I could see Pods being a play on as far as a prop guy. I mean, he was playing really well even when he was off the bench. Had a double double in one of his recent games. I would look towards Pods props if I'm betting on Golden State, and even if they do get blown out, I think Kerr can leave him out there. Um, so I do like him as a look, but in general, if I'm betting this game, I would want to be on Boston, probably in the first half. I always talk about the first quarter, but that first half margin is even better than the first quarter. Number one first half margin in the league, as a matter of fact. And I would want to avoid, I mean, Boston is bottom five. I think they're third lowest scoring team in the third quarter. And we know the Warriors are capable of turning up after halftime. So maybe a Boston first half, Boston first quarter. That's the way I'm thinking about this game. Get in and get out, and then let the rest of the game, you know, fall how it may. So either that or Pods on his props is my thought process here. Let's take a look at the chat. Gilbert likes Jalen over 22 and a half. UCapper is going against the market here. He's taking under 235. It's got a little bit too high, in his opinion. Let's see. Luis says he thinks this line is short, making him think the Warriors are the right side here. Well, the Warriors are at home, and I guess I can understand. Let's see. Ronell likes that's for that last game. Keldon Johnson over 18.5 points. Avery Smith coming in, one of the contrarian guys here, likes the Warriors +5. Says love them in this spot. Feel like Steph and Clay might shoot the lights out. East to West Coast as well. They faded the Nets in this exact spot last week against the Kings. So a little bit of a spot bet for him. Says to take the Warriors plus the 5 points. Let's see. Brian says Boston 1-7 ATS on the road. I don't have that, but I do have them 2-7-2 as a road favorite. Maybe you're saying of their last 8 road games that they've covered. Tariq asking, which game will Boston take seriously, today or tomorrow against the Kings? I mean, this is a game. I think they take the games versus Warriors seriously. This is a team that they played in the finals in recent years. But yeah, I don't think they put one or the over the other. My honest opinion. Rayhan says Boston 1-7 ATS on the road. I guess that's the last 7. But he says in those 7 covers on the road, they dominate the first quarter. So he likes the first quarter -1.5. Can't talk you off. Jeff Knight likes Clay points and Steph assists. UCapper says Celtics under their team total in 7 of their last 8 games. They average 11 points per game less on the road than at home. I feel like it was like that last year too. You bet the Celtics team total over at home last year, not necessarily on the road. So good call out there. Appreciate that. John says really small sample, but Warriors as a home dog going back to the 2021 season. So my bad. Warriors as a home dog of more than 6. Warriors. This is confusing to me the way that it's written out. I'm sorry. I had to read the whole thing. So Warriors going back to 2021 in a revenge spot as a home dog of less than 6. That's what this is saying. 4-1 straight up, 5-0 ATS, 5-0 to the under. Appreciate you sharing that. Justin likes Steph on his points, over 28.5 on his card here. Saturated says, have the Warriors been rocking third quarters like that? The Warriors haven't been doing a whole lot of things great lately in general. So I hear what you're saying, but I do know just that's been their identity for a while now. Daniel says, past 5 teams has hit their team total against the Warriors, says their defense is lacking. A lot of people liking and having opinions on this game. Jay Gill likes Tatum rebounds. Justin says Celtics first half, but Warriors full game. Yeah, you Capper, that was confusing to me too. He said it looks off. I was trying to understand it. I'm not sure. Bryce likes the full game under here. I don't really trust the Warriors to play defense in this game. I really like. I just don't. I would trust the Celtics to play defense more. I don't know that I trust the Warriors. I'm gonna keep going here. I don't feel extremely strong about this game. Today's a little bit tough. So we'll move over to the last game on the slate, and that will be 529, 530. Phoenix at Portland opened up Suns -7. Not much movement at all. Total opened up 231.5. Looking at 231. Injury report for the Suns. I see Grayson Allen, game time, but very likely to play. They'll be without Bradley Beal, Damian Lee, and Okogie. For Portland, Sharp is game time decision. And I was thinking, I was trying to get there with the Suns, but it's really hard for me to get there with them too. Um, they've covered one of their last 8 games. There's been so much inconsistency with the lineup. I know a few games ago, KD was frustrated, and I've been saying, I'm expecting him to go on a run. I was thinking Bradley Beal would stay healthy. But Suns have been a better defensive team last 5 games, definitely the better rebounding team. But you have a Portland team getting a little bit healthier. This one is tough. I really wanted to get there with the Suns, but the more I thought about it, I just didn't have enough reasons for me to back them -7. They haven't been winning by margin. Why should I expect them here today? What is different about this game? So I talked myself out of the Suns -7, I guess I could say. As far as the total is concerned, neither team playing with pace. Portland has had stretches where they play good D, but right now they're in a stretch where they're not. On the season, both teams top 10 defending the three. I definitely like that. So I guess a slight lean towards the under here if I was to bet it under or lean towards Phoenix. And trying to find something here, but these games are a little bit tougher than usual to me today. Nurkic, I think could be worth a look on his assists, but that's about all for this game. Today is extremely tough for me. Let's see what you guys like. See if we can get to something together in this game. Saturated says Aiden revenge. I don't know how much I mean, last time we bet him in this situation, he did. I think he cashed his points and didn't cash his rebounds, but Aiden just doesn't show a whole lot of effort. That's not a guy I really want to be putting my money on. Um, yeah, he says Aiden revenge, but not sure what that means though. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to put my money on Aiden today. UCapper disagrees with me. He likes the over in this game. Says not sure why it's come back down after going up to 232. Brian also likes his game over. Luis says he likes the Blazers. Suns' current form is horrible. Last 5 they only covered against the Warriors when Drake got ejected. Says the Suns are overvalued in the market, in my opinion. Avery follows that up saying Suns -7. They play their best basketball on the road, and they also beat up on bad teams. Says D Book and Easy Money should have a field day, better starting 5 and bench. They haven't necessarily been beating up on bad teams though, or at least against the spread. They haven't. 3-7-1 versus less than 45% win teams ATS. So we shall see. Gilbert likes Simons on his threes. Saturated is asking, can we just take Nurkic rebounds and Aiden points plus rebounds? I might even add rebounds plus assists for Nurkic. That's just how I view him. But I'm not mad at you wanting to play those in this game. Revenge for both teams. I mean, for both players. Munaf is rocking with that Nurkic over his rebounds prop, and he likes to over in the game. Says Blazers got their scorers back. Let's see a couple more. Filmy says hit the like button, please. Also, Ski, can you share your short list? Um, I haven't. My short list right now is Boston first half, Memphis plus 8.5, and Phoenix -7. That's what I had before I came on the show. Lou says, "Where's Big Man Nate Do been at? Y'all were money." I mean, he has his channel. I'm not too sure. I haven't been keeping up, but hopefully Jeff, everything's all good with him, and definitely a guy I would say you guys should follow for college basketball. A lot of college basketball knowledge that he provides. Let's see a couple more. Bitsy said he had first quarter Luca rebounds over 2.5, going to the same market with the best bet. Nurkic over 3.5. First quarter rebounds. You love those first quarter rebounds. Good luck on that, brother. Justin likes Jeremy Grant over 22.5 points. UCapper says since Simons came back, the Blazers' offensive rating in the last 6 games it's 116.3 compared to 108 on the season, and their defensive rating is 124 in the last 6 games compared to 115. That makes sense. Simons comes back, less defense, more offense. He also follows it up saying Suns have allowed 11 of last 16 opponents to go over their team total. So it sounds like UCapper likes Blazers team total. Let's see what that is for this game. 111.5. Couple more comments. Let's see here. Jeff Knight likes Booker for 30 tonight. Munoz asking how often I use the library by the front door. You know the answer to that, Munoz. Bryce says it's his gaming cave. So today's games are tough. Today's games are extremely tough. So we have gotten through every single game so far today in the NBA. We only have 4. And I will be back again with my guys Wham Bam, Dutch, and Babano at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 4 o'clock Eastern. And, we'll talk out these games once again. It is the part of this show where we go for best bets. And before I try to go down the list and see what my best bet is going to be, reminder for everybody to put your best bets in the chat. And if you can, keep it to 2 best bets or less. And also, if you're using a prop, it would help me out quite a bit if you could put the actual number next to the point prop or rebound prop or whatever the prop is. So it helps me grade it. So like I said, my short list, I only have 3 here. And I don't love him. I don't love any of them, honestly. The Grizzlies +8 or +7 now. I do think Morant gives them a boost. I'm willing to bet on just that. I mean, because if Morant wasn't in this game, I would not be betting on the Grizzlies. I don't think that can be the best bet for the show. Boston first half, -3. I do have a lot of faith in Boston's ability to start strong. And if I am betting on them in general, which I do think they could be the right side here, I'd want them early on the front end of a back-to-back. So that one is also, I like that one, I think, a little bit more than the Grizzlies, the more I talk it out. But the Suns -7, for as poor as they've been playing, as far as covering the spread, They're still -7 here. Blazers are healthy, and the Suns still -7. This feels like one of them games where like how we talked about the Raptors yesterday. I think the Suns are the best bet out of these three. I really do. As of right now, I think the Suns are the best bet. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't want to force a best bet. I'm not into forcing plays. I need a little bit more time to make my bet. If I had to make one right now, it is Suns -7. And you will hardly ever see a show where I don't give a best bet. But I'm not making a bet yet. I will follow it up, and the show that I do at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if I get to two best bets there, if I get to two bets made today, I'll share them both with you guys. But I really want to give you guys a winner, especially after a poor performance yesterday. So bear with me. We're going to pass for now, and I'll share my best bet on the later show. So let's take a look at what you guys like. I really hate to do that, but hate even more to tell you guys anything because I put my money on it, and I'm not putting my money on anything, and I don't want you guys putting your money on anything. So best bet for the show for the chat, we are looking like tomorrow, like Steph Curry to have 30 plus. Bitsy likes Nurkic on his first quarter rebounds over 3.5. Brian says Boston trifecta, so he likes them quite a bit. Avery with another double best bets. Suns -7 and Marquette -4.5. Avery's been doing pretty damn well on these best bets, so I'm taking note. Showtime rolling with the Grizzlies +7. Sober Slide likes Warriors +5.5. DB likes the Bucks minus the 17. Says number isn't big enough. Dan gonna rock with the Celtics in the first half. Sprinkle on the full game. Raul, Bucks team total over 133. Super high, but Raul is not scared of that high number. Rayhan, he likes Boston first quarter, -1.5. For S. Warrior, he says Pelicans get in and get out with the first half. Let's see. Jeff H likes Bucks first quarter under 64.5. Says should start out with a slower pace with Collins in the lineup. Zoned up, coming with two here. Aiton to have 12 plus points, and Grant 18 plus points. I think he's putting them together, maybe for +102. Let's see. The chillest best bet is Mercer -2 versus Queens. Appreciate you. Justin says great show today. Bitsy says John Tavares over 3.5 shots on goal. Nice NHL best bet there. Manny sharing Bucks and Spurs over and Bucks team total over for his best bets today. Ronell likes Kelvin Johnson over 18.5 points. Only bet he made, so it has to be his best bet, I guess he says there. Kevin Johnson likes Morehead State +13.5. Let's see a few more if we can get there. Zachary Wells likes Jeremy Grant over 22.5 points. Bryce likes Pelicans first half -3.5. Saturated says Giannis over 12.5 rebounds. Sean coming with Georgetown +10. Jim Turner will get involved with Morant today, over 7.5 assists. So I will come back and check. You can put them in the comment section after the show as well. But appreciate all you guys sharing. Like I always say, show is absolutely nothing without the chat. Great insight, and we have a great time here. I can't even tell you guys best of luck if you tell because I haven't bet anything, but come back to the late show and I will have something for you guys. So appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all again at 1 p.m. Pacific, and I'll see y'all then.